Okay, if you've ever had to do any kind of academic research, you know the feeling. That endless scrolling, the dozens of open tabs. Well, today, we're looking at a tool that's promising to change all of that. We're talking about turning hours of painful searching into instant, evidence-based answers.
Seriously, haven't we all been there? You've got a research question, so you head over to a place like Google Scholar, and bam, you're just hit with this massive wall of links. It's a frustrating ritual that pretty much every student and academic knows way too well.
The old way just means you're burning hours sifting through papers that are either way too old or not even relevant to what you're looking for. It's such a time sink. But what if there was a totally new way to do it? One that gives you clean, summarized answers that are pulled right from the real scientific literature.
Yeah, this whole frustrating mess is what we can call the research rabbit hole, and it's the #1 thing that slows down writing essays, dissertations, you name it. It's a huge bottleneck. So, what if there was a better way?
Okay, think about this idea for a second, because it's pretty powerful. Imagine you could take the gigantic database of Google Scholar, but then you could layer the intelligence of an AI like ChatGPT right on top of it. That's the kind of combo we're diving into today.
And that tool is called Consensus. At its core, it's a search engine that's been supercharged with AI and built specifically for scientific papers. Its whole mission is to make science way more accessible, helping you find those evidence-based insights without all the usual headaches.
So how does this thing actually work? Well, it's all about turning your questions into answers. It helps you build a really powerful research workflow, and it all starts with one very simple step.
Right. Instead of trying to guess the perfect keywords that just spit out a list of links, Consensus wants you to ask a direct question. Just like you'd ask an actual expert. The whole interface is super clean and intuitive, built for a much more natural way of searching.
And this is the first real game changer. Each result you get isn't just a title. No, it's a detailed card, and it's packed with an AI-generated summary, the study design, population details, and it'll even have a tag if the paper is highly cited. That is so much useful information right there at your fingertips.
And if you want to dig a little deeper, but you're not ready to open the whole paper, you can just click into a study snapshot. This is brilliant. It lays out all the key details like sample size, methods, outcomes, so you can figure out if a paper is relevant in just a few seconds. But wait, because Consensus is so much more than just a smarter search bar. This is where we get into the features that are truly game-changing. These are the AI superpowers that just put the whole research process into hyperdrive. So, superpower #1 is called Synthesize. With just one click, the AI reads the top 10 most relevant papers for your question. And then it generates a single, clean summary of what they all found. It is perfect for getting that quick, high-level overview of a topic.
For instance, if you ask a really specific question, something about how a protein affects cell movement, the AI might spit out a concise answer just like this one. It boils down all these complex findings into a simple, direct statement, and it even gives you the citations.
All right, the next superpower is the consensus meter. This feature is awesome for questions that basically have a yes or no answer, and it gives you this instant visual of what the scientific landscape looks like.
So you get this donut chart, and it gives you an immediate snapshot of what the research field is actually saying. It analyzes the top papers and shows you right away how many lean towards yes, no, or possibly. It's an incredibly fast way to understand the weight of the evidence on any topic.
And that brings us to what might be the most powerful feature of them all, Copilot. This is where we move beyond just finding answers to actually helping you start creating content, like an essay or a literature review. The whole process is unbelievably simple. You ask your research question, and then you just ask Copilot for an essay outline. In a few moments, it generates a structured draft for you with logical sections, and this is the most important part, it provides the cited references for every single point it makes. Now, what's really crucial here is the ethics of it all. This tool is not writing your essay for you. It's acting like a super efficient research assistant. It's giving you the structure, the key themes, and the evidence, but it leaves all the critical thinking and the actual writing up to you. Finding all this research is one thing, right? But managing it is a whole other battle. So let's look at how Consensus helps you organize everything you find, basically turning into your own personal research hub.
It is all about making your workflow efficient. You can bookmark papers into custom lists. Maybe you make one for your introduction, another one for your main arguments. You can export citations, you can look at your entire search history, and you can even share links with your supervisors or classmates to make collaboration a breeze.
So the huge benefit here is centralization. No more trying to manage dozens of tabs, a folder full of random PDFs, and scattered notes. Every paper, every summary, every outline is organized for you, all in one spot.
Ultimately, what this does is it creates a seamless end-to-end solution. You can go from that first little spark of a question all the way to a structured, well-referenced draft, and you might never even need to open another search engine. It's a completely self-contained ecosystem for research.
And all of this brings us to a final, much bigger question. As tools like this get more and more powerful, more accessible, are we standing on the edge of a brand new era? Are AI-powered assistants like Consensus about to completely redefine what it means to do research, not just for academics, but for all of us?